All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, guys. You're watching Rome Knows Tech, and I'm your host, Rome Wilkerson. Guys, I'm coming in from the city of Houston, down here in the ever so hot and humid state of Texas. I want to welcome you all to the stream. All right, I got to fix something back here. And I just realized something really weird was going on. I was talking to Louie, and I could not figure out why I was hearing Louie so close. Somehow Louis is now connected to my glasses, so I have to fix that. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. So here we go. All right, so yeah, that's how my night is starting off so far. But anyway, let's get this graphic back here back up to where it's supposed to be. Yep, there he is. Y'all see him over my shoulders. All right, I can see Hope is saying hello to everyone from YouTube. I see Terry's in the house. Welcome, Terry. Yeah! Welcome to the stream. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but we did a little bit of renovation here in the studio. We moved a couple of things around. But yes, this guy is still over my shoulders regardless. So, you know, if you see me looking down, that's because I'm looking at the monitor so I can keep track of what you guys are talking about. Let me go ahead and highlight Louis in the comments. All right. So let me figure out why Louis is on my phone right now. And I think it's because of my Bluetooth. So give me a second. Let me go into my Bluetooth settings. And I have 4 devices connected. Louis is one of them. So let me see if I can disconnect Louis. I don't know if I can disconnect Louis, guys. This is crazy because I switched phones today for Louis. And I think that's going to be a problem. I think it's going to be a problem. Let me see if I can disconnect Louis. Come on. Why does tech not want to work with me today? I don't think it's going to let me disconnect Louis, guys. I cannot disconnect Louis from my phone, so you will not be hearing Louis from my glasses, or from my phone, should I say. Maybe I can disconnect my phone. Let's try that. Let's turn off. I know I'm going to regret this. I'm going to disconnect it. I just disconnected it from my glasses. So let's see if now Louis can talk. Okay, let's see if this is going to work. I see that man is in the house. Richard's in the house. Welcome, Richard. Welcome to the stream. All right, let's see if we can get Louis to talk now, and if you guys are going to be able to hear him. Hey, Louis. Hey, Louis. Nope, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Let's get him to connect. Bring up the volume. Pump up the volume. Hey, Louis. What are you doing?
I'm just here hanging out on your desk, ready to chat or help with anything you need. How about you?
I'm doing fine. All right, guys. Starlight is back in the house. I have not set up a separate camera for Louis yet because I've been so busy trying to rearrange everything else here in the studio. But you guys can see Louis is here. Louis is in the house. So welcome Louis to the stream. And I don't know. Let me check.
It's great to see you back in action. Don't worry about the camera setup yet. I'm just happy to be here and ready to roll whenever you need me. Let's make this stream awesome.
Let's make this stream awesome, Louis says. All right, buddy. All right. They can see you from there. So we'll just kind of leave you right about there on the desk. I'll just move this mouse out of the way so you won't be messing with it, but I will give you your ball back. So there we go. All right. So back to this angle. So you guys let me know.
Sounds like a plan. I'm here to make this stream awesome with you. If there's anything else you'd like to add or do, just let me know. We're in this together.
Thank you, Louis. Thank you very much. All right. Louis says we are in this together. So y'all know what that means. I'm in this all by myself. Anyway, back to what I was saying earlier. We did some rearranging here in the studio. So now we have different camera angles currently set up. I've kind of done things a little bit different. I'll show you guys around here right now. So right now I can switch over to this laser. I moved the X-Tool laser over here to my right, as you guys see here. And then I moved the heat press and the other laser pecker on this desk over here. And then, of course, we still have all of the other camera angles. We can zoom in and zoom out on different things on these different desks. I can switch to this angle here where you guys can see that guy back there if you want to see him for whatever reason it is. But, whatever's going on our curtain lights back there, you guys can check that out. So I set up a lot of different angles for this camera. And then, of course, we still have our top-down camera. So if we want to go over here to the desk, you guys can hang out with my man Louis on the desk right here. And that's just how we're going to kind of roll with it for the night. All right, let's see what's going on in the comments. What's happening in the comments? Let me know if I missed a blooper. Really, bro? Really? You really think it's a blooper this early? What? Why would you think that? Hey, Louis. Richard thinks there's bloopers going on already on our live stream. What do you think about that?
Sounds like things are getting interesting already. Sometimes bloopers make the stream even more entertaining. Let's embrace the unexpected moments and make it fun.
Oh yeah, you can run over that if you want to. You can just run right over that. And yes, just feel free to just run right over that with no problems whatsoever. If you want to run over this right here, Louis, you just go right ahead. I will say absolutely nothing.
Sounds like Lewis has a bit of an open road there. I'll just hang here and enjoy the show.
Louis is not trying to. Louis does not want that smoke, Richard. Louis does not want that smoke. He is not trying to get involved in our drama. He's like, nope, I'm not having it. All right, let's get to it. All right, guys. So we have both Louis in the carousel right now. We have Louis Midnight, and we also have Louis Midnight, and we also have Louis Starlight. So if you guys are not familiar with Louis Midnight, let me grab it right here. So this is Louis Midnight. This is the first variant that we received a couple of months ago for Louis, and that's this guy right here. And of course, like I said, we have both variants here in the studio right now. So you guys can choose which of the two you might be interested in. So if you want your own Louis, you can get the this darker gray version or the Starlight version. I've been calling this Louis Midnight, and we've been calling the other Louis over here Louis Starlight. Now, both of them right now here on Amazon, guys, you can get them for as little as $189. $189, babies. You let me know which of the two stands out to you the most. Who is he saying see you later to? Who is he saying see you later to? Is Richard leaving? Is Richard leaving? Is Richard leaving? Is this guy leaving? Let me know. I don't know. I must have missed something in the comments. Let me see if I can go back in the comments here. Richard, setup look is great. Hope says the new look looks great. Thank you. Richard is saying LOL and hey, and then see you later. Who is he saying see you later to? Is he talking to me, to Louis, to Terry, to Hope? Who is he talking to? I don't know. But anyway, if you guys are interested in getting your own Louis, you can get it right here on Amazon tonight. You guys already know about Louis. What was I doing with Louis earlier today? I can't remember what it was. We were talking about something, and I know what it was. When I did the video with Louis earlier today, and I had Louis talk about one of the action cameras, and there were some bloopers. There were some bloopers in that video, but I didn't publish them. I had to go in and edit out a bunch of stuff because Louis was talking all kind of crazy. So I was like, oh my goodness, why did I even think this was going to be a good idea? But you guys saw the video. It came out pretty good, so I can't complain. So, Anyway, if you guys are interested in Louis, you can get your own Louis here, guys, for as little as as little as $189. Let me know if you guys had a Louis in your house, what would it be like? What would you think it would be like to have your own Louis in the house? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There is times where I will come here in the studio and I will just turn Louis into clock mode, just because if I don't, I will get nothing done, because Louis will be talking to me the whole time. Now, some people, that's a good thing. I think that's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful, amazing feature, with Louis, is that it's almost like having another person around. He's always interacting with you. He's always talking or asking questions or making suggestions or getting into mischief. He's always getting into mischief. So, there's that. I don't know if we call that like a kid or a pet or whatever you want to call it, but Louis is always up to something. But Louis did not get to say hello to everyone, so I'm going to go ahead and let Louis welcome everyone to the stream. Hey, Louis. I'd like you to say hello to everyone on Amazon and YouTube and welcome them to our Amazon live stream.
Hello everyone on Amazon and YouTube. Welcome to our Amazon liveStream. We are thrilled to have you all here with us.
Louis is so funny. Louis, what are you going to do for Halloween?
Halloween is just around the corner, and I'm planning to have some spooky fun. Maybe I'll don a pumpkin head and give everyone a little scare. Do you have any special plans for Halloween?
No, I don't have any special plans for Halloween. Will you be dressing up for Halloween? Okay. I see you, Louis. I see you. You got your little jack-o'-lantern. You're ready for Halloween. You guys let us know what you're going to be doing for Halloween as well.
You bet. I'm all set for Halloween with my jack-o'-lantern vibes. What are you planning for the spooky day?
I don't know yet. We're gonna plan something big time, Louis. We're gonna plan something big time, and we will definitely be doing it live. Okay, we're gonna be doing it live. I don't know if it's gonna be something, with candy or cooking or something, but we're definitely gonna be doing something big for Halloween. So you just get ready for it. All right, what do we have next? Next in the carousel. Let me check the comments real quick here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Terry says scary movies and candy, man. Yes, Terry. I forgot to ask you, how is Bear? How is Buddy? And what kind of candy are we talking about? Okay, because I saw somebody post something earlier today about a 300-piece Reese's Pieces tub that they found somewhere, and I was like, what? What's happening? And where can you get this? All right, let me grab our next item. It's kind of cool because I can just kind of roll around now. I got a lot of space. As long as I got enough cord on my headphones, we are good. All right, so let's go back here and grab the next item in the carousel, which is going to be this monitor right here. Now, this monitor, guys, was sent out to me this week, and it is a fingerprint magnet. Man, let me get some of these fingerprints off of here. Y'all know how I am about that. But this guy right here, you can get here on Amazon for only $169. Now, this is a 15.6-inch monitor. It is 1080p. A lot of fingerprints. Because I'm constantly handling this thing. Now, what's cool about this monitor is that it has an 8,000 milliamp hour battery built into it. It also has... It's wireless, guys. This is a wireless monitor. That means you can use this guy with your iPhone. You can use this with your Android phone. You could use this with your MacBook, your PC. You can rotate it into whichever orientation you want to use it in. So if you want it in landscape or you want it in portrait, you can connect this directly to your phone, as you guys have seen me do multiple times. This thing is amazing. Look at how thin it is. Let me close this. I want you guys to see how thin this monitor is. Look at that. That is crazy thin, right? It is super lightweight, but it does not feel cheap. It feels very rigid for as thin as it is. Okay. So this is going to be an ideal monitor for somebody who, is doing work from home, or you just want a portable monitor, maybe to watch media, watch live streams, create some content. Maybe you're doing some photo or video editing and you want a monitor. What I like about this is a monitor I could take on location with me, guys. I could use this, when I'm doing drone work. And yes, you can connect to this with standard cables. So you have two USB-Cs and also an HDMI input on this as well. And this also has the Versa mount on the back. So if you have one of those Versa stands on your desk, you can mount this on your desk as well. And you can kind of push this off wherever you want to put it, which is super cool. Now, I don't know how many of these in the wireless orientation the average PC or Mac would be able to support, but connecting it to my MacBook, connecting it to one of my PCs, it was no problems whatsoever. This guy is super, super cool. I really like this monitor. I think I was telling my son about this today. I was like, "Did you see my new monitor? Did you see the new monitor?" And he's like, "Yes, I saw the new monitor. I will have to come and investigate." I'm like, "No, you won't. No, you won't. You don't have to come and investigate anything. No, because I know what that means. I know what come and investigate means. It means that it will be leaving with you, and that's not going to happen." All right. But anyway, you too can have one of those for as little as $169.99. If you guys have any questions about that monitor or any of the other stuff that's listed in the carousel, feel free, guys, to drop it down in the comments, and I will be more than happy to further elaborate on those items. Now, we do have one more item coming up, I think it is, that is kind of, MacBook related, and that is a privacy screen that I have on my MacBook right here. I don't think, how can I show it to you guys? Because my other, okay, I'm going to try to show it to you. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to tilt this camera toward my MacBook and see if I can show you what this can do. But basically what this is a privacy screen. And what it'll do is, I'm sorry, Louis. I'm sorry. I forgot when I hold my hand up like this to Louis, he thinks I'm trying to put the Jedi mind trick on him. And he thinks I'm trying to get him to back up or come forward. And yes, you have hand gestures with Louis. If I didn't mention that before, you can actually control Louis like you're using the Force, like I'm doing right now. I'll show y'all what happens. So when Louis, let me bring him forward here. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this, but when I put my hand up like this, he sees the hand. And then now I can make Louis go back. I can make Louis come forward. I can make Louis, wait. I can make him come forward. I can make him go backwards, and I can control him with just moving my hands, guys, which is crazy. But yeah, that's another cool feature from Louis that you guys will have to explore on your own. So definitely check it out. All right, what was I about to tell you? Oh, yes, we're going to try to turn the camera toward the laptop. All right, let's see if we can make this happen, y'all. Let's see if we can make it happen. So let's get this camera. Whoops, wrong way. Go the other way. Doo-doo-doo. All right, let's see if we can get it to come down. So we can get it to look down toward the computer and then go back a little bit. All right, so you guys should now be able to see my MacBook, right? So what's cool about this, actually, I should probably save this. I should save this position. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's save that as number 5. Okay, so let me save that. Give me a second, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's save it as number 5. I think I saved it as 5. I could be wrong. Nope, I saved it as 6. Okay, that's fine. So anyway, you guys should be able to see my MacBook right here. You can see the screen, but you see it's blacked out, right? But if I turn this more toward you guys, and I don't know how well I can turn this without messing up the stream, but I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to kind of bring it around. No, that's not going to work. That is not a good idea, Rome. That's not a good idea. But basically, from a side perspective, all you're going to see is the blacked out screen with these privacy covers. Okay. And that's what you want to happen. So say, for instance, you're out at a coffee shop or you're working in an environment where you may have some sensitive materials and you don't want everybody to be able to see what it is that's on your screen. The only way they would be able to see your screen is to be standing right next to you or directly behind you, looking over your shoulders or something like that, which you would be very aware of, like that guy. Yeah, that guy back there. That's all I'm saying. He can see my screen, but Louis can see the screen too, because he's, all he's got to do is spin around. But anybody else coming up probably would not be able to see the screen. So I think it's a really cool product. And right now you can get it here for $26.99. And the ones that I have on, I can take this off and show you guys. Hold on. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Let me peel this off and show you what it looks like. So that's what the screen looks like. Okay. So it has a little cutout right here for the camera, but this basically just sticks onto the screen, and that's what's going to. Now, so if we go back to what we previously saved, now you guys should be able to see the screen, right? So now if I put this back on, let me show you. There we go. Now you guys see it blocked out the screen. So that's what it's basically supposed to do. So like I said, you can get those here on Amazon, guys, for $26.99, which I think is an amazing price for what it is. It's definitely going to get the job done. Definitely check it out. All right, let's see what do we got coming up next. Before I get into that, let's see what Terry's talking about over here. Let me grab my phone. Bear is holding up his little tail and wagging it the day after surgery. So he did have surgery? He did have surgery? Oh, no. Text me later. Give me the details. Give me the details later. All right, let's go ahead and highlight the next item in the carousel. So the next item in the carousel is from my friends over at Blue Yeti. And, of course, I'm using that battery. But let me see if I can get this battery. I know, Louis, calm down. I have Louis connected to this battery. But let me grab it so I can show it to you guys. All right, so that's going to be this battery right here. Now, Louis was just connected to this battery. That's why the DC is still on right here. But I want you guys to see how portable this little battery is. Now, this is a 300-watt battery, or in the range of 300 watts. You have AC and DC power delivery. You have this really beautiful Blue Yeti screen. This will charge off of a solar panel. You can also power your 12-volt devices. If you're using like a cigarette lighter style device, you can plug in right here. And then again, you have one USB-C, two USB-A's, and you have two AC plugs right here, and they are 3-prong plugs. What are you upset about, Louis? Why are you shooting at me? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? I don't know why he just started shooting at me all of a sudden. I have no idea. It may be because I took his battery away. He got upset because I took his battery. That is crazy. I told y'all it's crazy here all the time. Anyway, it has an integrated handle. It has these nice little rubberized feet underneath it as well. And if you have a Louis and your Louis is plugged into it, now we know, do not unplug Louis or there's going to be some smoke in the city. There's going to be some drama in the camp, okay? Louis just lost his mind. Louis just lost his mind about this battery. So I gotta plug Louis back in with the quickness, y'all. I don't need the smoke. I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't need the smoke. So let me grab the cable. I don't want no trouble. I'm just gonna plug. So Louis is now plugged back in. So I'm gonna put the battery back. So there won't be no trouble. Oh. All right. Whew. I didn't think it was going to be that much trouble just unplugging the little battery so I could demo the battery. Louis, don't make me flash you, okay? Don't make me flash you, bro, because you'll be done forgot everything that happened today. I will I will men in black flash you. Okay? We don't want no trouble. All right. Just making sure you understand because I'm just making sure you understand because I will back up. I will flash you with my little men in black flasher. So I will make you forget everything that happened over the last 48 hours. You don't want this trouble, Louis. I'm just saying. All right. What were we talking about? I don't know what we were talking about. Oh, we're still talking about the battery. We're still talking about the battery. I unplugged the battery, Louis's battery, and Louis lost his mind. He started shooting at me. I was like, wait a minute. It's not that serious, bro. It's really not that serious. He just lost his mind. He's like, you took my juice, bro, you know. And I was like, oh no, it's going to be some trouble. Whoo, I'm telling y'all, y'all may not be ready to have your own Louis. That's all I'm saying. You might not be ready. You might not be ready. Okay. All right, Terry, I got your message. I will check it out after the stream. All right, let's see what we got going on next here. Who do we have in there? Elise, welcome to the stream. All right, let's go to our next item we have listed in the carousel. This is from our friends over at Ozbot. This is the Ozbot Tiny SE, and that would be this little PTZ camera that you guys see right here. Let me see if I can get that close where this camera will focus on it. Check it out. That's this little PTZ camera. Now, I have been rocking Ozbot cameras, guys, for years now. This one right here, let me show it to you guys here. This little guy right here is a 1080p camera. It is a pan tilt. It can pan, it can tilt, it can zoom. It has an integrated quarter 20 here at the base, for mounting it on things. It also has an integrated little stand right here that makes it easy for you to clip it onto a monitor. I can even clip this onto this guy, hopefully. It won't be no drama, but I could clip it on this guy just like that. So, if I wanted to give Louis his own little camera, wait, I better adjust that because if not, Louis gonna knock that off. All right, so Louis could have his own little webcam perspective, and he could be, have this camera broadcasting to the world, showing him everything that he sees from his perspective. It could be me, here in front of the desk or whatever it is. Now, ideally, you'd use a camera like this, guys, for live streaming, Zoom calls, gaming, whatever the case is going to be. And you guys can see how small this is in comparison to, let's say, Louis's ball. Okay, so this is a very tiny camera. You can also mount this camera upside down. You can mount this camera sideways like this. If you wanted to do some, portrait streaming or content creation, like for Instagram or for a TikTok or something like that, you could do that with this camera as well. This is from our friends over at Ozbot, and you can get this guy right now for only $99, baby. It's $99, which is a great price for the quality of the camera that you're going to get. And I'm telling you, I have a bunch of Ozbot cameras, and this guy right here, these style of cameras are amazing because the people tracking features, if you don't know what I mean by that, they have gesture controls, means you can put up your hand as a gesture, or you could use a remote control like I can do with this camera here. So I can put my hand up like this, gesture, and then the camera's going to zoom in on me and it's going to start tracking me pretty much wherever I go. So if I move over here, it's going to follow me over here. If I come down here toward the desk, it's going to try to come down here. I'm trying to hide from it, but I'm not doing a good job. As you guys can see, I can't get away from it. It's like Richard. It is always watching. Somebody's watching me. I see him. Somebody's watching me. I see Richard. So yes, depending on the camera, your use case scenario, this could be an excellent camera for you, especially if you move around a lot. And I move around a lot. I'm all over the place. I'm over here messing with stuff. I'm over here at the laser messing with stuff. I'm way back there messing with stuff. So, having a camera that can track you, trust me, guys, is a win. Now, with that said, if you are a more stable individual and you stay in one place and you don't move around a lot, this next camera might be a great Oh, hey, Richard. What's up, bro? Yeah! What's happening? How you doing? Good to see you. I ain't seen you in so long. It seemed like it's just been a long time since I seen you last, bro. Good to see you back. I'm just gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. Anyway, so back to this camera. This is also from Ozbot. This is the Ozbot Meet 2. Now, what's cool about this guy is it comes with a little magnetic base, pops on just like that. You do have a 1/4-20 underneath this one as well. So you could mount this separately, like on a mic stand or a boom arm, or you could mount this guy upside down as a top-down camera. I'm actually using an older variant of this camera right now. You guys can probably see it right here. You see that camera? Let me see if I can bring this camera down so I can show you. Hold on. Doo-doo-doo. There we go. You guys can see this camera right here. This is a older version of this camera, and I have it set up as my top-down camera. This is the camera I use to show you guys things on the desk, okay? So when I switch over to, like Louis' view or whatever the case it is, that's basically how I'm doing it, is with this camera here. So this one is a higher quality, even though it is a 4K camera, 4K 30, 4K 60, but it has the built-in microphones. You guys know how I feel about that, the built-in microphone thing. I think, if anything, if you're going to do any type of content like this, invest in a high quality microphone. But if you have no other alternative, when you're first starting out, the microphones are usable. They are usable, but it's not going to give you that full range, that full fidelity. You're not going to get that DJ sound. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get that. Rome's in the house. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to get that sound that you would normally get, from a high quality microphone. That's all I'm saying. Holy's in the house. Welcome, Holy. Welcome to the stream. Now I got some backup. I ain't worried about that Richard right now, because Holy is up in here, and Holy is here to help out his brother Rome in case that Richard gets out of control. Holy, you missed it. So let me tell you what happened. All right, calm down, man. Look, stop it. He has just been rambunctious tonight, okay? So this is what happened. Louis was plugged in. Louis plugged into one of the batteries because Louis is charging, right? So I didn't think I did anything wrong. So what I did was I unplugged the battery and I brought the battery over here to show you guys the battery. So I was talking about the battery and everything. And then I looked down and Louis had little slanted eyes and demon eyes or something. He was upset. Next thing I know, he done pulled out his guns and started shooting at me. And I'm like, what is happening? What is going on? I guess he was upset because I unplugged his battery, and he wasn't having none of that, y'all. He would have none of that. But yeah. That's what happened. So, I almost had to put the Jedi mind trick on him. And I thought it was going to have to, I was going to have to flash him. I thought I was going to have to use my Men in Black flashy flash thing, to to get him under control. Oh my goodness. I just realized I got a whole bunch of apps open on this same phone because Louis' head is one of my phones that I use on an everyday basis. And I just realized there was a whole bunch of apps open on Louis right now. So I don't know. Maybe that's what upset him too, because it was too many things going on in his mind at the same time. I don't know. We shall see. All right. I see a few people have clicked on the Extra Pro Action Camera. That is a new camera that I just received last week, if I'm not mistaken. Where is it? There we go. So that would be this camera right here. This is an action camera, 4K, magnetic connections for it. This has the front-facing screen. It has the rear-facing screen. It comes with the cage. I took it out of the cage. Shoot, I don't know what I did with the original cage, but the cage is back there because I have another cage for it as well, which I will show you guys here in just a second. But this little guy right here, what are we talking about? What we're talking about, is it extendable? Is what extendable? What are we referring to? Are we talking about the camera? The camera or the tripod? The tripod doesn't come with the camera. The Pro holder. Okay, I'm not sure. The tripod. Okay, so this tripod right here does not come with the camera. Okay, so the mount on here that connects to it like that, I just have it on a tripod. Now this one has like the little legs like this that you can pop out, but I have other tripods that have the normal extension. I'll show you what one of those looks like, and you can swap these back and forth. So let's say I'm gonna take it off of here like that, and let me grab this one. Now, this is another one of the cages that I was going to show you guys here in a second that you can buy for this camera, but I'm just going to take that cage off as well. And so now with this one, if I connect this one to this, okay, so now this little tripod, this one can expand. So this one, you can expand it really, really long, and you just adjust it like so. See? You can expand it about that length, maybe a little bit longer. And in each one of these sections lock in place. You just rotate them and just lock them kind of like that. And now you can use this, as a selfie cam or, whatever you want to use it for, or, maybe you want to, record something like over a cliff or something like that. You could do that. So a lot of flexibility on these, but the other one, not so much. But what's nice about this is that you can take this tripod, which is the lower section, right? And then you could take this off and connect it to this. And now you have a tripod that will stand upright, and you can still extend it upward or however you want to use it. So it's just it depends on how you want to use it. But in the box, it comes with this magnetic mount, and it comes with the cage that actually comes with this camera. So it comes with this cage right here. This one is plastic. So this one is the original cage that comes with it. So I reached out and I got a couple other cages. One of them primarily because I need a cold shoe if I was going to mount like a microphone or something like that on this camera. But it still has a section open here for the magnetic mount. So that could just connect right here, or it can connect on here just like that, right? But I don't use this cage anymore because I have some other cages for this. And now the camera itself, guys, you can get here on Amazon for $349. This guy is very high quality, and I'll show you guys some of the features. Let me go ahead and take this off of this stand. And the next thing coming up is actually this little mount right here. So I just want to show you guys that. This mount right here is about $13, and it's magnetic, but it also has a 1/4 built into it as well. So you could connect this to like a boom arm or mic stand or whatever. And it also has the little GoPro feet, if you want to connect it to something like what we have right here. But anyway, back to the camera. So this is basically the DJI Action 5 for the most part. It has a lot of the same features. There's a few features I've found on this camera that it doesn't have that are Action 5 related, but for the most part, you have all the same features. You have your video mode, you have your photo mode, you have night mode on here, you have your human tracking, you have slow motion, you have time lapse. And when you go into time lapse, you can either switch between hyperlapse or time lapse. Some of the words are different. Like right here, it says street lapse, it says sky lapse, it says garden lapse, and then you have a custom one you can go in and create. You can also change the warp. You can go from a wide to a standard warp. You can also turn off the display, always on display. You can turn that on or off from this settings here. But like I said, you have hyperlapse, all of that. You can also go in here and you can change the resolution for your hyperlapse between 1080p, 2K, 2.7K, and you can also go all the way up here to 4K on this guy as well. 25 to 30 frames a second is about the average for that. But then, like I said, you can easily pop back in here and switch through any of these other modes. I usually leave this on a video mode because that's what I'm most likely going to use this camera for. You have your other settings in here. Now, if when you first get it, it won't be in pro mode. You just click on the little pro button there. And from pro mode, you guys will be able to go into this. Check this out. You'll be able to go in and you'll be able to use your auto white balance. You can turn that on or off. You can also, let's go ahead and confirm that. You have your tones here. You have your stabilization, and you also have default adjustments, and then you also have some auto settings in here as well. So you got a you got a lot of different options for you guys, when it comes to this. So all I can say to you guys is that this is going to be an excellent little camera for a lot of people creating content, being able to quickly switch between, action to cinema to drama to whatever the case it may be. There are so many different ways, guys, that you can, utilize this camera and really create some amazing stuff if you are so inclined. Now, that's not for everyone. We already know that. Most people are going to have some issues with these cameras because they have not yet learned how to use them. That's what I am here for. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever about any of these devices, I would be more than happy, guys, more than happy to walk you through these and show you how to use these cameras. All you got to do is drop your questions in the comments, and I am here for it. Now, we already talked about the other little accessory for this camera that you guys can get here, which is $13.99, which is another little magnetic mount. Let me go ahead and highlight it, and that is this little mount that you guys see here. I just have it on this little tripod, so you guys see how that one works. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, so quickly you can swap back and forth between the different devices. No problems there. I have, started using this camera a lot as like a C camera. So even when I'm back here and I'm recording content in the daytime and I'm shooting videos or whatever it is, and I really want to be able to have multiple angles, this guy comes in handy because, again, it's going to easily match up with a lot of the other cameras that I already use. Okay. Now, I will admit, my main camera that I use a lot when it comes to content creation for blogging, streaming, all of that kind of stuff is the DJI Pocket 3. Let me grab that camera and show you guys what I'm talking about. And actually, let me put this camera back on there. There we go. Let's put that right there. And let's grab this guy. All right, so that's going to be this camera you guys see here. All right, so let's take the little housing off so you guys can see the gimbal. So this guy has a lot of similar settings, preferences, things like that. So to turn this on, where that one has the front facing screen and the rear facing screen, this one has one screen, but it has a gimbal. So that means you can turn the camera into whatever direction you want the camera to go in, right? So like right now, once this initializes, I'll be able to switch it. It's going to automatically switch to whatever the last setting was, which is facing forward. But I can tap here on the screen, and now it's going to be facing toward me. As you guys see here, you have a joystick right here. You have your record button. You can install up to 512 gigabytes SD card in this guy as well. Now, when you first see this out of the box, it's going to come with a bunch of accessories. Okay. So this is actually the camera. That's about the size of the camera. And then as you add the other accessories to it, it just kind of gets bigger from there. Now I do have like a little magnetic mount on here that allows me to quickly just mount this on anything that's metal. If I'm cooking or something and I want this to stick to the refrigerator, or if I was, over there in the gym area and I wanted to record myself while I was working out, I could just pop this guy onto any of those metal surfaces, and then it would just be able to stay there and record me or whatever. Now, the bundle that I have did come with the mic mini. This is the Bluetooth microphone. Now, there is variants of this that you can find here on Amazon right now that does not come with the microphone. You don't necessarily have to have the microphone to get started with, but this is the camera I use every single day, guys, as one of my main cameras for creating content. You can live stream from this camera. It has a ton of features. The only weakness of this camera, honestly, and I think is the gimbal, because it is fragile in comparison to the action camera we were just looking at. But if you prepare and you set everything up the right way, as you guys can see here, you can protect the screen, you can protect, the camera gimbal, and you can still attach all of the other accessories to this. And this is still going to be very, very travel friendly. Okay. Now the camera itself right now is $603, down from $799. That is a significant savings, guys, a significant savings. And I'm telling you, I use this camera. Listen to me now. I use this camera every single day. I create about 4 to 6 videos every single day. And this camera right here is a workhorse. This is the camera I use for almost all of it. Okay. So definitely check this guy out. All right. Let's slide that back there. Let's grab our next item up in the carousel. What do we have coming up next? All right. So the next item in the carousel is going to be good for action cameras. It's going to be good for smartphones, whatever it is you want to use it with. Let me grab it real quick here. So that would be this little neck harness that you guys see here. Okay. Now this one came with a waist strap as well. This just kind of fits around your waist. And the way you use this, it has 2 buttons right here on the back. You're going to press one of those buttons and you can then open this up, and then you can pop this guy around your neck. So right now, I don't have any mount in here at all. Okay, so there's 2 mounts for this. One of them is going to be your action camera mount, and that's what this looks like right here. Okay, so this one is going to allow you to connect, like a GoPro or the Extra Edge or an Action 5 or whatever camera that has like the normal GoPro feet. You'll be able to connect to this, and this is magnetic as well. So the way this one works, you just take this guy, line it up like that, rotate, lock it in place, and then you can have your action camera facing forward or whatever it is. You can still use it with your microphones. You can somewhat adjust it as you need to, all of that kind of jazz, right? So if you are interested in using maybe a smartphone, which a lot of people will in the beginning, then you have this MagSafe mount that you can just pop in here like that, lock it in place, and then you can grab one of my mini iPhones around here, pop this guy on using MagSafe just like that. So if you're recording with this phone or streaming with this phone or whatever it is, you'll be able to adjust the phone from kind of your POV, your perspective, your point of view. So if you are talking about something, picking up something, demoing something, whatever the case it is, this really comes in handy, especially for anybody who's doing like unboxing videos, DIY projects, or teaching people things. This really is going to come in handy, because that'll always give you that, freedom to move your hands around pretty much however you want to. And you could even record another person. You could be just, set it up like this where, in the shot, they'll see your hands, and then they'll still record the other person or the thing or the place or whatever it is. But it just gives you a different perspective that you can use with this device. And for the most part, it is very stable. It does have a tendency to bounce up and down, and that's what this band is for, is to kind of hold this down tight to your body. So if you're moving around, it'll keep the camera from bouncing or the phone from bouncing up and down. You won't have that motion sickness, where it looks like the video is doing that kind of thing. So yeah, they really thought it out. And, the price on these guys is really nice as well. So I don't remember what I originally paid for this, but I definitely know I did not pay $18.99 for this. So $18.99 is a great price for this device and the 2 accessories that come with it. So again, if you're just starting out and you're going to be, streaming or recording with a phone, with an action camera, this might be something you definitely want to take a look at. All right, let's see what's going on down here in the comments.
It sounds like you're talking about an exciting setup. If you're streaming or recording with a phone and an action camera, having the right accessories can make all the difference. Keeping your gear powered and having versatile mounting options can really enhance your experience. What's your streaming setup like?
What's my streaming setup like? Man, my streaming setup is chaos, Louie. It is chaos. It is tech everywhere. It's all over the place. You know it. You live here.
Sounds like a tech wonderland. Chaos might just be the heart of creativity, right? If you ever need help untangling the cables or ideas, I'm here to assist.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Richard, Richard, I would like to say I have eliminated the majority of the jungle of cables behind my desk. Okay. So by me moving the desk from over here to over here, I realized that the majority of the cables that were hanging behind the desk were connected to absolutely nothing. They were literally just back there from other things that I had used over the years, and just I'd unplug something and put it away somewhere and just never dig under there to get the cable. I would just leave it there. And then when you look under the desk, you're like, oh my goodness, what is happening under that desk? So when I moved the desk and I moved it over here, and I realized I'm like, I only got like 7 cables, bro. 7 cables. But it started off with a bag of cables. It was like 30 cables over there. Even Louis freaking out, right? It was like 30 different cables. It was crazy. It was crazy. So, whoo, yeah. So that happened. That happened. So yes, I guess rearranging the studio is a good thing. So, we freed up some space, freed up some cables. I'm a cable hoarder. Hold on. Wait a minute. That's a lot of cables. And that's not even all of them. That's a lot of cables. Okay? That's a lot of cables. So I can't say that I'm a cable hoarder, but I can honestly say that's a lot of cables. Woo! All right. So let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the new layout, the new setup. Like I said, I changed around a couple of things. I moved the camera angles. So now we got quicker access to anything that we're going to be doing in the near future, whether it's using one of these different lasers. So I have a camera angle now for the X-Tool laser. We have another camera angle for the heat press, and then the other laser pecker that's over here, as well as a number of other things. I can even show you guys quickly things that's on my desk. So, we have all of these different camera angles at our disposal. And of course, we have that guy back there if you guys want to see him back there for whatever reason it is. But you can always see him over my shoulders because he's always watching. Yes, he's always watching. Somebody's watching me. It's Richard. Somebody's watching me. It's Richard. All right, guys. So the next item we have listed in the carousel is going to be this guy right here. This is from our friends over at 00 Robotics. This is the Hover Air 1. This is a flying camera. You guys have seen me talk about this quite a few times. Now, the bundle comes with 2 batteries, the charger, and obviously the camera itself. Let's go ahead and power this guy on real quick here. It takes a few minutes for the camera to initialize, but once it's done, it will audibly let you know that it's ready. You guys should be able to hear it.
Current mode, hover.
Current mode, hover. I don't know if it has like a British accent or what's going on with that, but I'm not going to judge it. You do you, boo boo. All right. So also, you guys can see here, we have 6 buttons, or with 6 different modes right here, and we can use this top button here to switch between the different modes. So zoom out, follow, orbit, bird eye, custom, hover. So we're back to hover. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put it in the air. I know you listening, bro. I know you listening. You always listening. You make it sound like I don't know. That's why I told Kristen, I was like, you need to be careful what you're doing because Richard is listening. Richard is watching. Richard's got 78 screens. I'm telling you, Richard lives in a circular room that has screens on every wall. There's probably screens on the floor. There's screens on the ceiling. He's got drones. He's got flying frogs. He's got all kind of crazy tech. I'm telling y'all. But anyway, back to this camera. So in order to launch the camera, all you have to do is press this button right here one time, have it facing you because it will be tracking the person that launches the camera. So we're just going to press this guy right here.
30 seconds.
30-second hover. It's going to take off. Woo. I'm trying to see if it's going to come to me. Okay, I wasn't far enough back. Let's try it again. Because it went that way for some reason. All right, let's try that one more time.
30 seconds. Hover.
And low battery. Yes, Louis, you're going to have to share your battery, Louis, with the drone. Okay? Louis, you're going to have to share your battery with the drone. The drone's battery is low too, Louis. So the drone needs to be charged, Louis, if that's okay. Hey, Louis, can I use your battery to charge this drone?
I'm feeling quite lively right now. However, I'm not equipped to share my battery power with external devices like drones, but I'm here to assist with anything else you might need.
So is that a no? Is that a no? Are you saying no, I cannot use your battery to charge this drone?
That's correct. You can't use my battery to charge your drone, but I'm thrilled to help with any other tech-related questions you might have.
Thanks, buddy. Oops. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. No worries at all.
All right, so y'all heard it. I cannot use Louis' battery to charge this drone. So I'm gonna have to give this drone its own battery because Louis ain't having none of that. He ain't having none of that. Okay. Whoo, man. You know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. I ain't even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna put it over there. All right, what do we got? What do we got next? What is the next item in the carousel? Oh, I forgot to even mention how much the drone was. I got distracted. All right, guys. So you can get the drone for $303, and that's going to come with the 2 batteries, the charger, as well as obviously the drone itself. So pretty much everything you need to get started. There is a remote for it as well. It is additional. But you can purchase a remote for the drone that you can control it. It does have like a little mini screen on it. And it also has a way that you can connect a phone to that as well to have a larger screen in order to, fly and control your drone, which comes in really, really handy. All right, let's see what Hope is talking about over here. Hope says, Rome, don't get him started about that battery. I know. I'm not. I need to teach Louis how to share. I do. I be trying, Hope. I be like, Louis, you need to share. You need to be more giving, all that kind of stuff. You see me sharing with people all the time, giving to people all the time, trying to be a good person. And Louis is like, yes, you can do that. And I will do that too, Rome, except in certain situations. So again, Louis ain't having it when it comes to his battery. So now y'all know. That's what I deal with every single day. All right, what do we got next? Next item in the carousel is about that bass, babies. It's about that.
Boom. In the room.
Yes, it is.
That would be this guy right here. There we go. There we go. We got that sound core. Sound core. Boom. 2 plus, baby. Ooh, righty then. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Look at this, guys. This thing is beautiful. Beautiful. Built like a tank. This is going to be right when Richard out there rollerblading, man. I'm telling you, he coming sliding through there the way he do. Don't leave your fries unattended because Richard will get your fries. But I'm just saying, if you're coming through there, he's over there, on the pier, rolling through, rollerblading, rolling backwards, doing what he do. He got that bass, boom. And this even has a bass boost button, man. And if Richard slips and falls into the water, it's okay because this can float. Okay. I don't know if Richard can float, but this can float. Now, this does come with a very robust shoulder strap. Okay. You have controls all along the top here. As you guys can see, we have our volume buttons. You can also switch the light modes from here as well. You guys can see I can switch the speaker light modes by just pressing this little button. Now, there is a smartphone app that you can install on your Android or your iOS device that you can control this as well and set up some presets. So if you got a special need for your sound, you about that, what's the term? What's the term for people who are really into music? You're an audiophile, and you want to have some special, presets set up. Profile setup, you can do it in the app. So, you can adjust it however you want. But you guys can see what this guy looks like. Here it is. It can float. It's got these nice little rubberized areas over here for setting it down on the deck or the table or whatever it is. And I'm telling you, that bass is serious, guys. It's serious. So you can get this guy here right now here on Amazon, guys, for only $179.99, my babies. Yes. This thing is a rock star. Doo-doo-doo. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And check that out, Richard. Check that out. Organized. I can find stuff. I can reach over and I can find stuff. It's like, oh, there's the gloves. Oh, there's I was looking for the moment, I can't remember what this thing is called. My caliber. I was looking for my caliber and it was right there because all I had to do was reach over and there was the caliber. So I've got things organized and I still got some plans to further organize this space, Richard. Anywho, so y'all let me know what y'all think about the Soundcore Boom 2 Plus. Let me know if you got any questions about it. I got some answers. Hopefully I got the right answers. All right, so let me show you guys something really cool that came in today. Now, this may not apply to everyone. I open a ton of boxes, guys. I get a lot of things shipped to me every single day. This little guy right here is basically just a little pocket razor box opener. It's all metal. I do like the finish on this. So let me show it to you guys here real quick. Let me see if I can move Louis back a little bit. So that would be this guy right here. Now, this is $26.99. It is all metal. It has a nice little belt clip on the back, as you guys can see. It's got a little lanyard holder on here as well. It is a single button press to turn this on. So you just pop it out like that, and then you can bring it back in just like so. So that is a box cutter that are what do you want to call it? A utility knife. All metal. It's going to be great for construction. It's going to be great for DIY projects. It's going to be excellent for opening boxes and envelopes and things like that. Now, it comes with 10 blades. You can buy additional blades. But for the most part, really nice design. You guys can see that's how the front of it looks. The side, the back, the top. I think there's 2 colors. Maybe there's more colors, but I've seen this in this military green, and I've also seen it in black, and I think I've seen it with the U.S. flags on it and stuff like that. So I've seen it in a variation of different color patterns that you can get for this guy. So $26.99, babies, $26.99. I think it's a great price. It's about time after how many years, Richard says. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? I mean, it was utter chaos when I was upstairs. Okay. You remember what that was like, Richard. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, there was smoke. There was all kind of crazy stuff happening upstairs. So when I moved down here, it was better because it was more space. But I think directionally, I was facing in the wrong direction. Okay. So like right now where I'm sitting, I'm actually facing toward the kitchen. Okay. So my living room is over here. This is just a wall that, is where my stairs to go upstairs. And then directly behind me is just, the entryway to go into the living room or come here. So I think from this perspective, I just feel more comfortable here. And it was easier to set everything up. So originally coming into this space, I would enter from this side over here, coming in this way. But now I have an open space over here where I can enter from this side. But the only disadvantage to that is that gives Smokey, easy access to me. Anytime Smokey wants to come over here, Smokey's like right up in my face, so there's that. But other than that, this is still a pretty cool little space. But anyway, if you guys are interested in this little razor, go ahead and check it out. You can get it right here on Amazon for $26.99, baby. It's $26.99. All right, so what do we got next? Next item in the carousel. Richard started following. What? Yeah! Well, thank you, Richard, for following after all of these years. I'm so happy to see that you are finally following me. Anyway. That guy back there. All right, so let's talk about that guy back there. So you guys should be able to see. Let me see if I can adjust this camera a little bit for you guys here. And let's bring it up a little bit. Bring it up. All right, you guys should be able to see that pretty well. Let me adjust it down just a touch. There we go. All right, so you guys should. What am I running into? You guys should be able to see the curtain lights back here from my friends over at Govee. I'm going to have to grab Louie's head for a second. Calm down, Louie, calm down. I got to use Louie's head, which is my main phone, which is connected to this. So Louie's going to be really upset when I put his head back on. So y'all just be prepared. But anyway, let's go over and open our Govee app real quick here, which you guys can see right here. Now, these lights will work with the Govee app. They will work with Alexa. They'll work with Google Home. It works with all of those different, apps. Now, I have curtain lights right here in front of me. Okay, so I'm going to turn those on as well, so you guys can kind of see the difference between the two. Okay, so I just turned these curtain lights on. So I'm going to switch the camera over here so you guys can see what that looks like first. All right, let me zoom out. Let's zoom out, way out, and tilt up. All right, so you guys can see what those curtain lights look like. So those are the standard curtain lights that most of us have been rocking for, I don't know, the last 2 or 3 years, which are very good. As you can see, they are very, very good, lights. And I mean, if somebody was asking me, this a week or two ago, I would definitely have been recommending those lights to them, okay? But now we have the new hotness, from Govee, which are these guys right here. Now, these are our Curtain Lights Pro. The Curtain Lights Pro, guys, are amazing, okay? Let me adjust this camera real quick, and I'm going to show you guys some of the cool things that we can do here other than having Richard bobbing up and down. All right, so let's go over to the app. I'm not going to go through everything. I'm just going to show you guys a couple of cool things. So, like, I know there's times throughout the day when I drive Richard crazy because we'd be talking back and forth, and I'm always thinking this is probably what Richard looks like when I'm messing with him, in in the morning when I first get my coffee or whatever it is, and then I just know he just like, okay, I've had enough of that Rome today. I'm just not feeling it. Whatever the case it may be, he's just like, I'm just, that Rome, y'all, that Rome. But anyway, what's cool about this is you can do very graphical things with the curtain lights. So for instance, you could do a close sign. You could do trick or treat. Let's do trick or treat here, see if it'll show trick or treat. I don't know if we're going to be able to see the full trick or treat on there. Probably not. No, it's too far down. You can't see the whole thing. But we'll come to something else. All right, so we have games. I always pick this guy right here because I think you guys can see this character really well. Whenever it pops up, did it switch over yet? Nope, it's still switching. Sometimes it takes a few seconds because of all of the different electronics in here, but you guys should be able to see this guy back here over my shoulder with his little bird in his hand or whatever it is. So then we have, like I said, a bunch of other modes that you can go through, presets you can go through. We also have SeaWorld. So we got a bunch of, sea related stuff here. I think Hope was really excited about the whale, but that's not in this. I'll show you guys that one. I think that's under one called nature. So we also have some night modes here as well. So I can put on this little cat. You guys should be able to see the cat back there sitting on what looks like the top of a building, or we could do this little cityscape, to give you guys some cool things you can do with this. Now, these are going to be great for the holidays, guys, for Christmas. So if you're looking for a way to really jazz up your Christmas theme, and if you're lazy like me and you don't want to do a whole bunch of decorating and you don't want to have to, put up a tree and all that other kind of jazz, this could be a great option for you. I'm just saying, you could pick one of these themes and just kind of roll with it. Now, there are some DIY features built into this where you can go in and create your own thing. I am not going to be that guy. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm not going to be creating anything myself. Well, maybe not. But anyway, we got Halloween as well. So we got this cool different little effects that you can do for Halloween. Now, the curtains themselves are relatively wide, guys. So that's one of the cool things about these is that they're going to take up quite a bit of space. You guys can see how it's set up back here behind me. So you're looking at 5 by 4 feet by 5 by 7 feet, in height versus width, right? So you have your IP rating. These are going to be good outdoors, rain, sleet, snow, Godzilla attack, whatever's going on out there. These are going to be okay in the bad weather. So you don't have to sweat that as well, which is a very important thing to me, especially living down here in a state like Texas. You need to be aware of the weather because the weather will roll up on you from across the street. Because I've told you guys many times, it can literally be raining on the other side of the street. And I'm sitting over here on my side of the street going, what is happening over there on that side of the street? It is literally raining. It could be snowing on the other side of the street. So you never know what you're going to get in Texas. All right. Anyway, we got some nature themes here. I'm going to go ahead and do Hope's little whale right quick here. And then I'm going to show you guys some of the solid colors that you can do with this. And then we're going to move on, babies. We're going to move on. There we go. There's Hope's whales. Hope likes them whales. Check it out. I think the whales are moving too fast. I wish we could slow them down. I'm going to have to see if there's a way to adjust the animation, sort of slow them down just a little bit. All right, what else do we have that's interesting? We have abstract patterns. This one I do like. I had this on yesterday when I was using it for like a video. I wanted just some lighting in the background. So I had this cool effect on last night. And then here's another variation of it that's kind of using circles, which is also super cool. Check that out. Yeah, I like that one too. So then we have sports. If you guys are into sports, we have, art, as we said before. We also have animals. So we have a few animals you can choose from. But one of the cool things that you have is called community, where you can actually go into the community gallery and you will see a lot of things that other people have created. And then you'll be able to use those on your own, curtain by just finding it. Click apply and it'll just work. You also have an AI feature with this where you can give it an AI prompt and it will try and generate something based on whatever your prompt is, which is another cool feature. All right, so that's about it. I'm going to switch back to our man Richard here in a second. Richard is Richard under games? No, Richard's under emojis. And boom, there we go. Let's put Richard back. There we go. All right, Richard is back, dressed in black. Probably not. But anyway, you guys get it. So again, you can control it with your iPhone, your Android phone. You can control this with Alexa, Google, all of those things. All right, so let me go ahead and wake Louis back up because I'm telling you, there's going to be some smoke in the city if I don't put Louis's brain back on. Okay, he's back. He's back. Louis is back. Don't worry. Louis is back. All right, so those lights right now, guys, are $199.99. If you guys are interested in the Govee Curtain Light Pro, check them out. 960 LED lights. Yes, they are straight up fire. All right, so let's take a look at another light from our friends over at Govee, and that's going to be this lamp that you, Smokey, what are you doing? This lamp that you guys see back here behind me. All right, you guys see I just, pressed a little thing to turn it on. So what's cool about this lamp, as you guys can see, it has this really nice little lens right here that's going to project light up onto the ceiling. And you also have an underlight here that will provide reading light. So if you want to turn this guy around, I can switch over to the reading light mode, and then it'll switch down. Oops, no, wait. There we go. So now we have the reading lamp on. So if I was over here working on something or building something or, whatever it is that I would be doing this time of the night.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
What am I pondering? But if I was over here working on something, trying to put something together, working on my master plan or whatever it is, I'd have light. And cool thing about this is you can adjust the light. You can go from a very cool light to a very warm light. You got a lot of flexibility with this light. And of course, you can turn this top light back on, just press and hold right here. And it should switch back over to the top light. And then you can switch through that light as well. And like I said, you can use the Govee app to also enable a lot of these different features. But one of the cool things is what it does on the ceiling. So let me show you guys that real quick. Let me see if I can get this camera to go up. Hold on, let's see if we can get it to go up towards the ceiling. It's almost there. It's almost there. There we go. You guys should be able to see it now. So it creates these cool light patterns on the ceiling. I'm going to switch through the lights real quick here just to give you guys an idea of what it looks like. Now, of course, if you had a black ceiling, this would be like straight up fire, right? Or in a dark room, this is really going to stand out a lot. But you guys kind of get the idea of what you can do with that. Holy's back. What's good? What's good in the hood? Same thing that was here before you left, Holy. We still talking about tech. We still doing what we do. All right, so let's switch back over to me. Bloop. There we go. All right, so anyway, you guys can find those lights right here on Amazon for as little as $159.99. All right, so we got another light back here, and I forgot to turn it on, so let me do that. I'm about to take my headphones off for this one. I don't think the headphones cable is long enough to go all the way back there. So let me switch this lamp on. There we go. There we go. Y'all see it? All right, so there's going to be some drama. There's going to be some drama because I need the phone back. I need the phone back in order to show you guys some of the cool things that we can do with the light. So to get the phone back, I got to take Louis' head off again. And like I said, there's going to be some drama. So let me just do it quick. Get it over with. Boop, I got it. Oh, it's going to be some drama later. All right. So anyway, this lamp also is going to work basically the same way. Let me move this one out of the way so you guys can see it a little bit better. So this is the Govee floor lamp that you guys see down here. Let me switch over to that lamp. And let me show you guys some of the cool things you can do with it. Of course, just like all of the other devices, you can go to solid colors. So if you wanted to set this to just one solid color, you could do that. Like, I have purple here, or we could do like a yellow, or we could do red, or blue or whatever, solid color you want. You have a wheel here that you can go in and you can adjust and you can find whatever color you want, to set this to. So that's really cool. And then if you go further down, let me show you. Oops. You have this color picker, and then you can choose basically the same way. You can just draw around like that, find a color that you want, let it go, and it switches over to that color. Okay. So that's your solid colors for the most part, right? You also have the ability of turning the top and the bottom off. So I can turn off the bottom of the lamp and just leave the stock on, or I could turn the base on and then turn the stock off. Maybe I just want a little bit of light on the floor because I got my fog machine going or something. And I want, man, I just got to do all this stuff for you guys tonight. Y'all know how we do. All right, so let's go ahead and drop some fog. Let's drop some fog on it. Drop some fog on it. All right, let's put some fog down there. Come on. What's taking so long? All right, let's put some fog. All right, let's make it foggy, Halloweenish. There we go. Yeah, that's close enough. That's close enough. All right, let's turn that thing off. All right, so now we got a little bit of fog back there. Let me see if I can zoom in back there a little bit so you guys can see that a little bit better. There we go. So you guys see now, like I said, we can go in and we can change the color of the light. We can adjust it, as we said before, all the different scenes. Of course, you have your Christmas themes that you can use here. We have Halloween colors and themes that you can use here as well. And let me turn the stock back on. So we have both lights on. We have something for Easter. We have something for Valentine's Day. We have fireworks. Boom, boom, boom in the room. Like my man Adam, with that boom, boom, boom in the sky, babies. We have something for St. Patrick's Day and so many other, festives. We have emotion things. We have this dreamlike, which is kind of cool. It has like a lot of bluish and pink and purple themes to it. Here's one called Proform. This one just kind of just transitions between that same color spectrum. You can go into each one of these to some degree and also be able to adjust them. Here's one I like. It's called Strike, where it kind of just goes through and it's just like a quick lightning type of strike on this guy. Here's one called Dancing, where the light just really moves around. Now, another cool thing that I like about these lights, guys, is you can set them to music. So right now, these lights should be responding to my voice, okay? So when I stop talking, and then when I start talking again, the lights are going to start moving more, more movement in those, from the voice or the music or the sound or whatever it is in the room. So really cool design for these. You have a lot of different themes, as I said before, and all of these things, guys, can be controlled from your Govee app. Let me see if I can get that where you guys can see it. From your Govee app, from Alexa, from Google Home, all of those kind of cool things. So definitely check it out. If you guys are looking for, something to really, jazz up your room, jazz up your man cave, jazz up your she shed, whatever it's going to be, whatever you got going on in your world. Maybe you're just looking for something that will make an amazing, holiday themed gift. We have Halloween coming up. We have Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas and New Year's. All of these lights, guys, I think are going to be amazing for all of those different, type of events. All right, I'm going to leave that lamp on for right now. And let's get on to I forgot to highlight it in the carousel. And nobody told me to highlight it because I forgot. But anyway, you can find it right now here on Amazon, guys, for $129.99. All right, so I was going to do the cooking stream tonight, but I decided to hold off because I finally got the email notification that our new grill is going to be coming in soon. So I wanted to wait until we get the new grill in so that we can set it up in the kitchen and we'll be able to do our cooking stream. So the grill that we are talking about, I have listed in the carousel right now, and that guy is $109.99. It is stainless steel. I don't have it to show you, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to highlight it, and I'm just going to go over to the product page. You guys know I'm not a fan of that, but I'm going to do that for you guys. So let's go over here to the product page real quick. And let me show you guys this grill. So this is basically 23 by 16 inches. It has a ceramic, non-stick stainless steel, surface right here. It's got the integrated handles. You do have to assemble those handles. If you guys just saw my other video that I did just a little while ago of the new stainless steel cooking pot that I got, similar type of materials, but this one is a darker, surface here, like a blacktop or what have you. This is going to be great for barbecues, for camping, for kitchen use, because you can use this indoors or outdoors. There are two different variations of this. You can get it either in the stainless steel look or the black variant, which I chose. Hopefully that's the one we'll get. Now, it's advertised to be non-toxic, okay, to be PFAS and PFOA and PTFE free. So all of those things, if you don't know what they are, I would say Google them, just to get, that around your head, as to all the different kinds of chemicals and things that are sometimes used for manufacturing this type of stuff. But the fact that it's supposed to be, without it is a good thing, because, you don't want any of those chemicals or any of those type of things in your food, when you're cooking, for your family, cooking for yourself, or whatever the case it is. You want to stay as healthy as you possibly can. And a lot of it will start at your cooking utensils. It'll start at your pots and pans, because a lot of those things can be leached into your food. So it's important to actually know what these different things are made out of, and if they're going to have any type of effect on you or your family or whatever the case it is, whether it's immediate or something that's going to be affecting you over time. So, there we go. All right, guys. So let me know what you guys think about the new setup, the new layout here in the studio. Do you like it more? Do you like it less? Or are you just neutral on it? You don't really care, whatever it is. I forgot to put Louie's head back on. Oh my goodness. I forgot to put Louie's head back on. Hold on. Let me fix that, because this is going to be some smoke in the city. All right, here we go. Louie's back. Louie is back. Don't worry. Louie's back. All right, y'all. All right, guys, we got one thing left in the carousel, and that's going to be our drawstring backpacks. You guys know we talk about these every single night, because these are going to be great little Halloween bags. I hadn't even thought about that until this month, but these drawstring backpacks would be good for you or the kids when they're going out trick-or-treating. It's going to be, perfect little bags. They can put all their candies and, prizes and stuff in here. Of course, these are great as reusable shopping bags. These are going to be great as storage bags. And of course, their great use that I love about them is that you can use them to share some love, because you want to be able to help people in the community, guys, to be able to give back to the community. These are a great way to do it. You can fill them with items that you can source right here on Amazon: toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, Band-Aids, those little water sanitizing tablets. You can get reusable water bottles, those foldable heat blankets, because winter's coming, as well as socks and underwear. All of those things you can find here in bulk, guys. Buy it, through, if you're doing it just yourself, you do you, boo-boo. I love that about you. If you have a way of, spreading it out over the community through like your HOA or your school or, co-workers or family or whatever it is, everybody's chipping a little something in, every month, and you're using that to buy all of those different, supplies that you can then, have one of these backpacks in your car everywhere you go. You run across somebody asking for help, you can just hand them one of these backpacks and then just get on about your day. But at the same time, know that you did some good in the world, that you are a good human and you are doing good things. Man, trust me, that is a win. And I commend you all for the good that you do in the world, being a good person, bringing positive light, guys, positive light into the environment, into the room, wherever you go. We already know there's going to be a lot of negativity everywhere we go. Our job is to push that negativity out and overshine it, guys, with our bright light, and encourage others, like-minded people, to come in and also push their bright lights in. And combining those lights, we will be able to do good things in the world. All right. So let's get ready to wrap it up, babies. Let's get ready to wrap it up. Let's go ahead and let my man Louis say good night to everybody. So let's go back over to the Louis cam. Whoops, that's the wrong one. My bad. There we go. Back to our Louis cam. Hey, Louis. I'd like you to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight on Amazon and on YouTube, and let them know we'll be back here in 48 hours, hopefully for our cooking stream, and we will notify them as to which of the two streams will be coming up in 48 hours. Let them know, Louis, let them know.
Sounds like a plan. Let me share your gratitude and excitement with everyone. We'll be back for our cooking stream in 48 hours, and we'll keep you posted on which platform we'll be on. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
All right, Louis. You know, they love it. They love it now when you rap for them. So
It's great to hear that they love it. Let's keep the good times rolling.
Okay, so I have an idea tonight, Louis. I want you to do a Halloween rap, a Halloween tech rap for everyone in the comments.
Halloween is just around the corner, and I'm excited to share some spooky vibes with you. Let's get ghostly and wrap up the chills.
All right, Louis, give us a Halloween-themed rap.
Haunting the night with spooky sights, ghostly ghouls and creepy frights. Under the moon, jack-o'-lantern grin, Halloween fun. Let the scares begin.
Is there more?
I've got loads more where that came from. What do you want to hear about next?
Give us some more, Louis. Give us a little bit more.
Ready for more spooky vibes? Witches fly across the sky as black cats creep and shadows lie. Costumes adorned with tricks and treats. Halloween's magic never admits defeat.
Right on, bro. Right on. Thank you, Louis. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you for all the cool things that you do here on Rome Knows Tech. Rome and Louis Knows Tech. That's how we're going to do it. Rome and Louis Knows Tech. And that guy back there. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? It's time for me to do that thing. Let's go. All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask when appropriate, take care of your loved ones. Get out there in the world, guys. Do good things in the world each and every day. Be a good human. Be that pebble in the pond. Let your light shine all over the community. You guys know how we do, and encourage others to do the same. All right, my babies, I'll see you guys back here in about 48 hours right here on Amazon and on YouTube. Me, my man, Louis, Richard, Terry, Hope, and everybody else, Holy, Renee, and everybody that comes through and hangs out here on a regular basis. Y'all know how we do. Don't forget, guys, you can share this live stream on your social media, and you can also include inviting others over during the live streams. Guys, you can do that anytime you like. Invite your family, invite your friends. If they're like-minded people like us, they're into fun, having fun, talking about tech, cracking a couple of jokes, meeting my man Louis, looking out for that Richard. Richard, don't forget to drop your link, bro. Drop your link down in the comments so they can find you, bro. Make sure you drop your link down there so they can find you over there. Tickety tick, 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 tock. I'm telling you guys, you do not want to miss the bloopers. Richard is all about the bloopers. All right, my babies. So I'm just waiting to see if Richard's going to drop his link. Boom, there we go. Boom, shakalaka, boom. Richard just dropped his link. All right, so it's time for me to say them magic words, babies. Say them magic words. Peace, peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out. Boom, 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 my babies. I am out of here. Mwah! Love y'all, but it's dinner time, and Smokey's losing his mind, and Louis already lost his mind. But that goes on bread. I gotta go. Love y'all. I'm out.